NC State Fairgrounds Campground. So I'm gonna start with the negatives first, because after being here a few times in a few weeks, we kind of like things about it. Some things we like, but there are a few negatives that we want to point out, so you know what to expect here. So here we go. So first negative here would be a lack of amenities. There's really no playgrounds, no pool, no laundry, no shower facility, nothing like that. So one of the biggest negatives for me is a lack of maintenance. There's a facility behind us. It's a horse complex, and which is very active. I call it a cash cow, because every other weekend there's some major horsing events going on, and the maintenance seemed to be pretty well at that property. However, for us, that seems kind of secondary nature. These potholes are not just from last couple of days. They're basically here every time you drive into the campground. So you're gonna see these potholes, and that would not be that difficult to fix. So another minor issue is the garbage collection. They have a lot of these blue barrels around, which they think every site should have its own individual garbage, and then we get tricked with the sign on this dumpster. It says wall recycling. So we used to carry our recycling here, but then we kind of realized that there's no recycling here. It's just the name of the company is Wall Recycling. So that's kind of flawed, because nowadays it's not that hard to recycle. And all the stuff here, the dirt and gravel and whatnot, can easily be used to fix these potholes. Just that the person in charge, or whoever, doesn't really see things as though of us driving into the park. Alright, so what are the positives? Actually, there's more positives than negatives. So number one is the location. We are very close to just about everything. We are about 5 miles from downtown Raleigh, and 5 or 6 miles from everything else, from shopping and whatnot. Straight behind us is the PNC Arena, as well as NC State football stadium and athletic facilities. Now the positive is a full hookup. So if you are self-contained, you shouldn't have any problem hooking up here. Rate is pretty reasonable. They just raised the rate for 23, so the rates are now $35. There's no discount for anybody. You pay as you go. You pull up, you pick the site, and then you call in, and the security comes out and meets you and ride you, and you pay up to 14 days. That 14 days is sometimes enforced, sometimes not, so I'm not exactly sure how they handle that. And just a couple of more things. One is that the sites, when they're designed, actually they're angled. So we've been to some pricier campgrounds and RV resorts where they think that building something in 90-degree angle is the way to go. But when you have a big RV and trying to back in, these are actually on angle, so it makes it easier to pull in and out. And the most sites are kind of leveled. Not 100%, but just about every site can be leveled and make your coach stable, so that's fine. And finally, there's a free Wi-Fi. The connection is not the best, but we are still able to stream Netflix on our TV, so there's enough juice coming through signal to make it work. So overall, it's a good park. If you have a business in town, if you're staying, visiting relatives, or sporting events or whatnot, but it's not the kind of place that has facilities and amenities and that you want to make it a long term. But for us it works because our home is nearby, and there's a lot of things to do for us just because we're local here. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you down the road. Take care.